Behind every red carpet smile, luxurious vacation, and million-dollar endorsement deal, there often lies a truth far more calculated and controlled than the public ever imagines. Celebrities, admired for their talent and success, frequently operate within a financial system specifically engineered to protect their wealth, sometimes legally, but all too often by skirting the line into illegal territory. Tax evasion among the rich and famous has become a global pattern that combines deception, manipulation, and meticulous planning. The average person, who works hard and pays taxes out of every paycheck, lives in a completely different reality than those who move money through a maze of offshore trusts, anonymous shell corporations, and fake consulting contracts. These schemes are not impulsive. They are executed through networks of lawyers, accountants, and advisors whose entire job is to reduce a celebrity's visibility to tax authorities while maximizing the retention of income. Picture this: a pop star who earns millions from streaming revenue and brand deals reroutes that income through a holding company in a low-tax country. That company then hires a second firm also controlled by the celebrity to invoice it for management services. The money bounces from one entity to another, stripped of its origin, until it lands safely in a bank account that barely pays any tax. This technique isn't unique. It's standard operating procedure among those who can afford the experts to make it happen. At the heart of it all lies the illusion of legality. Most of these celebrities are not filing fraudulent forms with their own hands, they're signing off on strategies presented to them by people they trust, giving them just enough distance to later claim ignorance. But ignorance doesn't erase the intent. Many of them understand exactly what they're doing, even if they don't know every technical detail. Some go so far as to buy luxury properties through shell companies to avoid property taxes or claim those mansions as business offices to write off the costs entirely. Some declare clothing, cars, and even plastic surgeries as business investments for public image, and that's where the schemes become especially blatant. It's not a matter of bending the rules, it's breaking them, repackaging the evidence, and hoping no one asks questions. But questions do get asked. Whistleblowers leak documents. Investigators notice discrepancies. Eventually, the masks slip. And when they do, the public is outraged. Not just because of the money lost, but because of the betrayal. These are the same celebrities who lecture audiences on justice, who talk about fairness, who champion causes while hiding millions from the very systems they pretend to support. What's even more infuriating is the double standard. If a small business owner misses a tax filing, penalties are swift. But when a celebrity shifts millions through fake contracts or offshore entities, they often settle quietly and keep it moving. In some countries, they pay a fine and avoid jail entirely. In others, even the legal systems are slow to act, tangled in political influence or lack of international cooperation. But that tide is changing. With global tax enforcement agencies collaborating more than ever, and with the rise of AI-powered financial analysis, the shadows these celebrities hide in are shrinking fast. No longer can they rely on shell companies in tropical jurisdictions or fake licensing deals to remain undetected. Every transaction, every wire transfer, every offshore entity can be traced, and many are being exposed as we speak. And yet, despite the risk, the allure remains. The promise of untouchable wealth, of luxury without consequence, still tempts celebrities to take the gamble. It's not just about greed. It's about control. They want to control how they appear in the media, how much they pay in taxes, how much they report, and how much remains hidden behind a curtain of legal complexity. Some even use philanthropy as a distraction, setting up foundations and donating publicly to causes while privately shifting millions away from the government's reach. It becomes a performance, one of generosity, kindness, and success, while behind the scenes, the numbers don't lie. What the public sees is a narrative. But what they don't see is the spreadsheet, the transaction logs, the hidden accounts. And when these things surface, the story is rarely one of misunderstanding. It's about calculated steps to preserve power. And that's what makes it so dangerous. Because when powerful people evade taxes, they drain money from public systems that serve ordinary people: schools, hospitals, roads, healthcare. They take, while appearing to give. They benefit from the structure of society, then manipulate it to their advantage. And every time they get away with it, the gap between celebrity and citizen grows wider. But the exposure of these schemes is not just scandal, it's a turning point. It forces conversations. It triggers investigations. It awakens audiences to a reality they weren't supposed to see. And it sets an example, showing that even those at the top can fall. Fame should never be a shield from justice. And as more cases unfold, as more documents are unsealed, and as public awareness grows, we are reminded that accountability is not a luxury reserved for the poor. It is a responsibility that comes with power. And no one, regardless of fame, should live above the laws they expect everyone else to follow.